Good morning, you beautiful people. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good, thanks. How can I help you?
I've got an appointment at 9:30.
9:30 was.
The Anna.
Oh, yeah. Was it 9:30?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
9:30 is a bit early for the FDA. Did you book it with him?
Yeah, on the phone. Well, I come in and booked it, and then he went home and drew a picture of it. I put a deposit down, and things have happened,
Yeah.
right, between family,
Yeah.
and I had to put it back, and I put it back this morning.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
He usually isn't in this early,
Okay.
so he might have.
Can you just can you give him a ring? Like, yeah.
I can give him a ring now.
Just ask what time he's coming in, and am I due to come in today, though?
Yeah, I'll give him a
Okay.
call. He usually comes in around 11:30, so it might have just been you might have just said.
And you come out the door like that.
Yeah. No, I feel sorry.
So that's why I waited all these years till I found a trusted catalyst to do it for me.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh no. I've seen some of his work on other people, and I've seen the other girl, what she chatted my husband,
Yeah.
with the name and all this.
Yeah.
Because we've got 6 grandkids, and now we've got 3 on this leg,
Yeah.
3 on this leg.
Yeah.
The girl did his Teddy while I was getting my
Oh, no.
monkeys done.
Yeah.
So, but today, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, family,
Yeah.
I went, well, fuck you,
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we go. He goes out and does what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. This time I'm going to do. So, and I haven't taken it all out of one pay. I've been paying it off, you know, or putting it away. I've got a new bra.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not taking out money that we would make in the week. And I shouldn't have to answer to him. I'm 66 years of age, mate.
Yeah.
We've been together 38 years, not long.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, you know. He's tried to ruin me all these years, or he has ruined me all these years, mate.
Yeah.
38 years and all that. I'm not into this happy with.
Yeah.
I come in and I sat down and I went, throw me a cabbage a couple up.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So that's why I'm here, mate.
Good on you.
And he's around walking the streets waiting for me. But I'll let him.
Yeah.
I'll do the Jason thing.
Yeah.
Ring him. They come back and get me for a little while.
Yeah.
Alright, mate, ring me. He's got my number. Ring me when he's here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
11:30, 12. You'll probably get a call.
Okay,
If not,
darling.
yeah.
Have a good morning anyway.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for stopping in. Oh my days. There we go. Fixed it up. What's up, Ella? The real cute cat. Alright, let's get started. We had a bit of a fun interaction this morning with the passerby. Apparently they had an appointment that was booked for an hour ago, but I doubt it. Probably just miscommunication. Anyway, they're gonna come back in about an hour and get something covered up from someone here. So, alas, let's get into it. I have no preconceived notion of what I'm going to draw this morning. No premonition. So, yeah, let's just fucking scribble on some paper. And the past couple of series, if you've been tuning in, have been tattoo themed, but I kind of like designing my own stuff in my free time too. I know I'm at the shop, but you know, you gotta have a bit of free reign when it comes to art. Can't be too blocked in on what you're doing. Otherwise it just becomes monotonous and boring. And you're not really appreciating the art for what it is. So, I'm gonna free spirit it this morning for today's stream and draw something out of imagination. Who knows what it's gonna be? I still have no clue. I'm just kind of getting a shape and trying to define it a little bit. This is very old style that's been around for however long. I don't know where it originated from. It's kind of like one of those things that get passed down. My grandfather was like, this is the only drawing technique he taught me. But he probably taught me. This is the only one I paid attention to when I was like 6 years old or whatever. And it's essentially just scribble on the paper. I mean, he did it a little bit differently to the way I do it now, but and was a bit more cohesive with the way he drew it. But I've seen other people do similar methods, and then I've kind of picked a few different ideas from different people, and kind of like melded them and mashed them into one thing. So usually it turns into some sort of creature. And yeah, we'll just kind of see where it leads us. I'm not too caught up with how it's gonna look or the final product. Just kind of going with the flow of it. I kind of like this as a horn, and then I've kind of just already established the eye as like a piece here. And then I don't know what this is gonna be here, so we'll find out shortly. And I'm not being too decisive yet. That's one of the pros and cons of this style, is that it's very loose. So it takes a while before anything kind of shows up, I guess. But you get a lot of interesting shapes that you wouldn't have really come up with if you tried, you know? Which is kind of like the backwards law. If you try, you don't succeed, but if you don't try, you do succeed. That's the kind of way I look at this style. So we'll keep it relatively simple, relatively easy. Maybe you'll turn this into the eye. You know, it's not. I think this is going to be some sort of tentacle. Very Freudian. Kind of like the idea of having like a mouth underneath here. Like having this be the part where it eats, and then it has a big old horn here. And then I don't know what this is going to be. Maybe it just curves over this way. Maybe it's a floating creature. Oh. Okay, back to business. I'm gonna add some more spikes going down its head. And they're gonna progressively get smaller as they reach the back of its body. Maybe it has like a beak. Some sort of beak like this. Like a jellyfish is what I'm thinking for its mouth. And also its general figure is very jellyfish-esque. So I'd make these a bit longer as well. But not as thick. We're gonna make these a bit less dominant. Like these are like the more, how would you say? You know, you have like, yeah, dominant arm. They get stronger the more you use them, or the back ones are kind of just like, just there to help out when needed. An extra utensil. Something rather. Now we're going to define this underbelly a bit. And then I kind of want a shell instead of like a amorphous jelly. Kind of want it to be more shell-like tortoise. Like an armored tortoise. If you get my drift. So I might define this a bit more as well. And then define the outside. I'm a huge fan of Bobby Rebels, if you know this guy. I think he's been my biggest inspiration in terms of creature design. He even helped me land a apprenticeship, funnily enough, at the tattoo studio, just from learning how to draw creatures from him. But you wouldn't think that, you know, those two go hand in hand, but there's a lot of horror tattoos. Like, that's a big niche. It's a pretty big niche in tattoo designs, is horror tattoos. And funnily enough, I just landed on a guy that really appreciates horror tattoos, I think. And then, yeah. So I don't want to ever lose my joy for these creature designs, because I really enjoy making them. You can kind of see where it's gonna go from here. But in terms of the shell, I kind of want a little bit more definition, a bit more detail in terms of how it's shaped on the actual like, texture of the shell. Because we got the, I don't know, like the gist of the creature. Just kind of, I think now it's time for the more nuanced parts of the creature. So, I think layering some scales on the shell could be a cool idea. Like so. Maybe it comes up and around. Up and around. Like that. And then probably repeats on the other side. And maybe we don't have any eyes. You know, I had the idea, no pun intended, of putting an eye here, but that just kind of turned into the shape of the shell, which I'm not upset about. Quite happy to leave out any eyeballs that he might have. Or she might have. And if you're enjoying it so far, like if you enjoy this style of sketching, you can let me know by liking and subscribing, or leaving a comment to say what you enjoyed, what could be done better. I'm still very new to streaming and trying to build an audience around my art and my art journey. So yeah, every piece of advice, every message of support, you know, it really does go noticed, doesn't go unnoticed. I read every comment and try to take it and learn from it. So we'll see where this leads. But another thing you can do that I haven't done yet is given it a wash. I think I think painting has this as well, in a different idea. Tattooing has this as well. I didn't even realize it was like a common thing amongst all disciplines of art, but it kind of gives it a lot of depth very quickly. Other people might call it something different. I like calling it a wash because you really are just washing over it. It doesn't matter if you miss any parts too much, unless it is your final draft, because you want it to be as crisp as you can for your final part. But yeah, it's kind of just like a loose filling in the gaps. Like so. And once you've done that, you can really see the accentuated details and yada. But I might zoom in on this now that we have it a bit. There we go. Zoom in a bit clearer. How's that? Get in a bit closer. Okay, I think the underbelly has to be a bit more defined. So I'm gonna give this bit more depth now that I'm looking back at it from afar. And we're just kind of giving the idea of the tentacles. We're not really giving them too much detail yet. Just kind of, where would they come from? Where would they join? Not being too harsh on being too much of a stickler on. But, you know, you can add details really whenever you want. Maybe he has like scales. G'day! How are you?
Right.
Good, thanks.
Good to see you.
Yep, yeah, he's gonna be in about half an hour, hopefully.
I've got an appointment.
Was that yesterday's? Yesterday?
Huh?
Was that for yesterday? The dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
Pretty sure. He has a small cover up this morning at 11:30 or 15. But I'm sure he'd be happy to get it done today.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure he was ready for it yesterday. But I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know the things. So yeah, I can give him a call.
All right. Yes.
He'll be in pretty shortly.
Yep.
Give him a quick call. Let him know.
Super.
If he's going to do that cover up, so probably won't get started until about 12.
Well, I might change it to another day.
Okay, I'll give him a call first, and then we'll see what.
okay.
Okay. Back to business. Another walk-in with some bookings. Always good. But I should be finishing this one soon. Or at least finishing the draft. Now, in terms of turning this into like a tattoo design, I've got, you know, a bit of a creature. And usually I'd be happy with this and stop here, but recently, with all the time I've been spending in a tattoo shop, I've been thinking about turning these creatures into tattoo ideas. So it wouldn't be half bad if, you know, something more circular like this could be the start of a sleeve on the shoulder. So if we get another piece of paper, I'll show you what I mean. I've never done a sleeve, so it's not like this is going to be anything super accurate. But just to start thinking about this sort of stuff, I feel like could be very helpful. And especially because a lot of artists don't make their own sleeves, which is quite unfortunate. Oh, we just had it on. This is a bit of an old. one. I'm not sure why. Oh, there we go. No. There we go. We have light. So I can kind of see the if it was a shoulder piece, how it would fit. I'm pretty sure they look something like this. If it was just for the shoulder or bicep. So I might even have to make it a little bit bigger. But you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Let me pull it up on my, so I can see what a sleeve draft looks like. Anyway, maybe we can do that for another time. I think it's going on towards the end of the episode, actually. So this is what we come up with. See what it looks like without the light, actually. Might look better. I think this is the better light. Less harsh. Anyway, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for joining in. I had a couple cuts and this, that, and the other, but you know, that's the way it goes. I hope you enjoyed, and tune in for the next episode of our drawing live stream. Thank you so much. See you next time.